That was the scene in December of 2020 as one Kathleen Casillo ran through a whole bunch of protesters down in New York City. She was also arrested that day and charged. A year afterwards, they were trying to figure out what exactly to do, and they were trying to figure some kind of plea deal, even along those lines. They've come to a plea deal, but let's look at some of the support from NBC News that happened a year after that event. And still, December of 2021 is when this is from. Watch more.
A major case in New York is now slated to head to the courtroom. A woman who prosecutors say drove through a protest in Manhattan last year, injuring multiple near the scene. She is now rejecting a sentencing offer. NYPD arrested Kathleen Casillo at that intersection last December, seen here being taken away by police. The protest? A march to back those in ICE's detention on a hunger strike at New Jersey's Bergen County Jail. But this is where the case is now complicated. Casillo is pleading not guilty, but others like Rodriguez say the charges aren't enough. On Wednesday in court, New York Assistant District Attorney Andrew Mercer offered her a sentencing recommendation. That offer? 6 days of community service and 1 year of a suspended driver's license for pleading guilty. But Casillo, she rejected the offer. Instead, her defense lawyer saying they will continue to discuss potential options with the district attorney's office before her January trial.
Yeah, you heard that right. So the plea deal that she turned down would have been 6 days. 6 days. She turned it down because she's like, look, we can get better than that. And everyone was like, are you kidding me? Well, guess what? Ms. Castillo was correct. Let's check this out. This is the update from now. Today, or at least yesterday, New York City mother of 3 who slammed into those BLM protesters after they terrorized her, is what they said, finally accepts this plea deal and is sentenced to 5 hours of community service. So she reduced her plea deal down from 6 days to 5 hours. Maybe she's going to get it down to 35 minutes. How about 7? Just going outside, maybe picking up a couple of wrappers in the front and then tossing those away. You're done, Miss Castillo. You're done. Someone else that's not very happy about this is one of those victims. You guys saw that horrific crash. You saw people flying over the top of her car, landing on the ground, broken limbs, and trauma received by so many folks. Here's one of those victims. He's not very happy about this. This is still from 2021, let alone today. Watch.
From 1 second to the next, I was up in the air. Like, I didn't hear anybody coming. I didn't hear the screams. I didn't hear anything. I just was walking, and then I was flying. My right tibia was broken by Kathleen hitting me with her car. So I broke my leg. I was recovering for months. You know, I couldn't sleep for months because the pain in my leg would wake me up. So for 2 months straight, no matter what I did, I couldn't go to sleep. It was absolutely torture.
My overall takeaway is that we are still seeking accountability and acknowledgement for what happened. And after yesterday, it feels very much that she is being protected.
I'm extremely frustrated, and I'm also angry that I have to do this right now because I'm still recovering from this attack. I shouldn't be having to advocate for myself. I should have people to advocate for me.
Let's jump to graphic 3 because there was, at least through she and her attorney, they gave the reasons why she did such a thing. In case you guys hadn't heard originally, Casillo claimed that she had inadvertently hit the gas pedal in a panic because she said protesters were being aggressive. They didn't do anything, is what the woman responded. My husband, this is one of the victims, of course. My husband's back was turned when you hit him and sent him flying into the air. His back was turned. How was that aggressive? They asked. Castillo's defense lawyer said that justice had actually been served. So, of course, from their perspective, they feel that. And, in fact, one more piece here from her attorney about the explanations behind this and how happy they are with these results.
Casillo's lawyer telling NBC News, quote, not all accidents are crimes. Did she need to accelerate like that?
It's never okay to have a group of people swarm a vehicle, creating a dangerous situation for the protesters. There has to be some responsibility on their part as well. This was a fight or flight response. She feared for her safety, for her life, for that of her daughter, and she accelerated. And unfortunately, people were hurt. It's most disturbing and unfortunate. And those individuals, Ms. Casillo's heart goes out to them.
Her heart goes out to them, but she's going to spend her 5 hours. Jeff, by the way, I noted that attorney never answered the question of whether or not she should have accelerated like that. That wasn't answered.
Well, of course he didn't answer the question because she was not supposed to. I'm going to be fair again. Man, that's the theme of the show.
Wow, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, but it looked from that camera angle in that part of the video that she bumped someone first in order to get them out of the way. then people surrounded her, and then she accelerated, which was not necessary because it appears that she brought a car to a justice fight. People were out there not even paying attention to her. And if she feels like she needed to get by, that's what horns are for. Or this thing called patience, where somebody walks out of your way eventually, and then you can go. I don't know how many seconds it would take for them to get out of her way, but it seems like it would take longer for them to get out of the way than she is going to have to do community service. So there's that. This is an injustice. Again, that lawyer didn't answer that question for a very specific reason, which is he knows exactly what's going on. She did not have to accelerate in order to bring about safety for her and her child.
If the cops pull you over for running through a red light and you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, officer, I mistook the gas pedal for the brake pedal because I was panicking about something. My kid was coughing in the back seat," whatever. Do you think the cop will go, "Oh, that makes sense. You're a good driver. That works out for me." But
No.
in this case, apparently, because people are near you and she said she was driving, they found her daughter, pointed out her daughter's probably like 30 years old, found herself on the street and then saw these folks around her, and it went wild, it went crazy. So if folks run up on your car and go, hey, don't drive through here, even if they're aggressive about it and upset because they think you're about to do something dangerous, you know what you could do if you were not looking to harm anyone? You go, "Oh, my bad. I'm lost, you guys. I thought I could drive through here." And maybe you hit that one thing on the left side, it's called a brake, and then stop. And then guess what you could probably do? Back up. Go a different direction. But somehow the answer was just go forward extremely fast when there's a bunch of people in front of you. I'm not sure how that decision is made when you're panicking about what's going on, unless you've been told enough times by media outlets, pundits, whoever else, that people in the streets that are protesting are looking to harm you. That's the only reason that they're out there. If that's your mindset, you might press the gas pedal and go driving through them because you think you're in danger.